Hey, what's up, everybody? My name's Corey from the Long Story Short Show. This is our Let's Talk series. So, episode number one, why not just get right to it? Let's talk Immortal Hulk. So, this Immortal Hulk run, issues 1 through 12, that's still going on currently, is created by the writer Al Ewing and the artist Joe Bennett. So before we get into that, all that Devil Hulk business, all that what's he doing now, what's he doing in hell, things like that, what is Hulk currently doing, we got to understand where do we get from and how do we get here. So I like to start around 2015 where we're dealing with Doc Green. Who is Doc Green? That is the Hulk that is basically as smart as Banner. So mixed together with the Hulk with the brains of Banner. This is 100% Hulk with the smartness of Banner. So this plays a lot in dissociative disorder, Banner's DID disorder, where he basically has split personality. Even the Hulk has split personality, where it goes into a lot of different weird corners. Like you got the Mr. Fix-Its, you got the normal Hulk, you got this guy Doc Green, and basically what he's doing is he's depowering a lot of gamma level threats, a lot of gamma level mutants at that time. So it was a lot of like no-name people that you wouldn't even remember now unless you read the Hulk back in like the 90s and early 2000s. So really, it's not really that too important to get into him. But two of the most important people that he depowered was his ex-wife Betty Ross. My bad, Betty Brand is Spider-Man. Betty Ross, the Red She-Hulk, and he depowered Thunderbolt Ross, Red Hulk. So it was a big ass battle. If you want to check it out, check out Hulk number 15 from 2015. It was pretty crazy. You know, craters, lava from volcanoes, broken teeth, concussions, all of it. So you got Red Hulk down. You got Red She-Hulk down. You got a lot of, Hulk people down. But then we run into Civil War II, where Bruce Banner made a deal with Hawkeye to kill him if, Hulk was ever going to go out of control, and it was like worst case scenario, you got to kill me, and here's like a gamma tipped arrow that, only you'll be able to hit me in a certain spot where I guess it controls where I grow back or something like that. I don't know. Pretty weird. Pretty finicky. Anyway, Hawkeye does it. Hawkeye kills him, shoots him with an arrow in the back of the neck right before he transforms. Stop Bruce Banner from transforming. He died. They buried him, and then that was it for the Hulk for a little bit. We didn't really have any Hulks. We had a weird Red Hulk where he like operated through a wasp, but that was pretty dumb. You also had Totally Awesome Hulk, but whatever. We don't got to talk about him either. But the next story that had the Hulk in it was Avengers No Surrender. So this is the Avengers story where they brought Hulk back to life. So it was cosmic forces. This guy named the Challenger brought Hulk back to life, kind of as a chess piece when he flipped the board and got mad at everything else. So we have the Hulk back, and now he's madder than ever, and he still is smart enough to know what's going on. So Volume 1 starts, and we're back in the West. If you know Hulk, you know Banner, you know he's in the West Coast. He's in the Arizonas, he's in the Nevadas, he's in the Utahs, Oklahomas, things like that. So he's doing more of the same. He's just walking from town to town, catching buses, going to grocery stores, and basically stopping muggings and robberies at that. He's also going around, and he's still depowering more like low-tier gamma people. Only now there's a twist on it. Number one, he doesn't need technology. He can just grab people and depower them. And number two, Hulk and Banner don't really like let each other out or anymore like that. It's like Banner is awake during the day, the Hulk is awake during night. The Hulk and the night are synonymous though. Night is Hulk's time. That's a big thing that they're trying to get through. So basically, the Hulk has been doing this for a little while now. Banner has been doing this, and he's getting the note of some people. Not enough people to be on like an Avengers level thread or the news or anything, but a small group from the Arizona Herald newspaper, a reporter named Jackie McGee, is like, hey, I think the Hulk is back, and I'm picking up these breadcrumbs, but I'm not really too sure where they're going, but I'm gonna check this out. So she's been reporting. She finds somebody that has known the Hulk previously, Sasquatch. Who is Sasquatch? I didn't know before this story, but the Sasquatch has been around for a while. So his name is Frank Legowski, and he used to be a roommate of Bruce Banner. He saw Bruce Banner turn to Hulk, and he started getting more interested. He started experimenting on himself with Gamma, and now he turned himself into the Sasquatch. So it's pretty easy. Canada, if you know anything about Alpha Flight, you know that Wolverine was also on Alpha Flight way back when. That was his first team before X-Men. But nowadays, Alpha Flight is actually a space station up in the air that protects the Earth from, I don't know, galactic threats, something like that. I don't really know what Alpha Flight does. All I know is Captain Marvel's on it. Good for her. So, speaking of Alpha Flight, Frank Langowski is actually talking to Jackie about being the Hulk, what it's like being the Hulk. He was talking about how one time when he was a Sasquatch, he actually ran rampant off the rage, and he ran into something like a green door, just like something pulling at him, like a green door in the air, and he's like, something uneasy came from that, like a demon or something came like that, and I've been uneasy ever since. So Jackie's like, okay, that's some weird shit, but let's get something to eat while we're in this bar. Basically, Walter gets stabbed in the back while in the bar, and he dies. A Hulk dies by getting stabbed in the back. That's pretty weak, right? They take him to the hospital. The fucking paramedics and stuff, or all the doctors and stuff, are like, yeah, this guy's dead. We gotta call it. And Jackie is waiting outside. She runs into Bruce. This is the first time she's seen Bruce. She has her own reasons for tracking down the Hulk, but that's a little bit later. Bruce is like, look, if he's anything like me, when I died and I came back, the Hulk owns almost nighttime. If this guy's dead right now and the sun goes down, I bet you we're gonna have some problems. And they do. It's a Sasquatch. He looks way more demonized than normal, and he basically comes back from the death and he starts killing people in the hospital. Bruce sees him, he kills Bruce. Bruce comes back as the Hulk, and we have a fucking balls out fight. They're breaking glass, they're killing each other, they're stabbing each other, like stabbing eyes, scratching claws and shit. He's a Sasquatch. What else he do? But you see the demon that has possessed him is actually Bruce Banner's dad. So I always forget his first name, but we'll just call him Bruce Banner's dad for now. Yeah, you find out that the demon that's possessing him is actually Bruce Banner's dad. And then, not only that, but the Hulk actually goes and absorbs the gamma radiation from Sasquatch, curing him of his, gamma ailment, I guess we'll call it. And then he has the, demon of his dad in him as well. So, at this point, Walter's cured. Everybody on the news saw that, like the police, the Avengers, everybody knows that the Hulk is back. Fuck, you got Betty, Brad crying on the couch watching the news. You got Doc Samson, watching the news and stuff like that. And then you have people monitoring them. So we still don't know who these people are. These are people like hanging off roofs and stuff, and they got all this kind of technology, and they're just watching them through screens. So that's pretty freaky. So obviously the Hulk has made a name for himself. Also, Sasquatch, who is a part of Alpha Flight, has made a name for himself. So, one thing leads to another. You have General Thunderbolt Ross and his, basically, henchman, who's also a general, General 14, a new player that Captain Marvel. They say, hey, Sasquatch is Alpha Flight. This is part of your problem. You can either bring in the Hulk, or we're going to bring Captain Marvel, military girl, is really about teamwork and, family shit. So she's like, we can't give up Sasquatch. We gotta go take in the Hulk. Even though, like, this is a fucked up situation, we gotta go take out the Hulk. So, of course, he doesn't take Alpha Flight because they're fucked up and, a little weak. She takes the Avengers. So, at this point, the Avengers are Captain Marvel, Captain America, Black Panther, Iron Man, Thor, and She-Hulk. She-Hulk's been going through her own shit. She's a little more Hulkish now than ever before. We can get to that later, though, if you guys want. They get in a fight with Bruce, the Hulk, and the Hulk is just talking shit to him, like, nonstop. He's saying, hey, Cap, weren't you Hydra a little while ago? Hey, She-Hulk, look, you're not even that far away from me. Hey, Thor, did you know gods could get concussions? Bam! Yeah. And they're all arguing amongst themselves on what to do about this Hulk problem at the moment, because he was kind of just walking down the road. They came to him. They dropped this giant like nuke on him, like the solar nuke on him. They totally just fucking decimate this town that's out there in the Midwest. And so they had to evacuate the town. They decimated the town. They beat the Hulk for now, and then they send the Hulk to a black site organization called it's like Shadow Base, something like that. So basically what they're doing at the Shadow Base at this point is they're experimenting on the Hulk. They're seeing what exactly makes him tick, how come you can cut them up and then put the pieces back together and they'll just fuse together, but he can't like just heal like Deadpool heals from like a little organ. They're just trying to figure out what's going on. They have Hulk in all kinds of different jars, all of his different body parts, and the crazy thing is the Hulk can still move all those body parts. He finds out, and so he shatters all the glass that he's in, and then he actually reforms himself around the body of like some scientist that was experimenting on him. So I don't know if he used his body as like a skeleton, quote unquote, to use, or if he literally just formed around him and like the guy just his body like broke down into like dust inside of the Hulk's actual body. So all that's left up for whatever, but that shit was fucking crazy. After that, what do we have? We got General 14, the Black Site. In another book, Thunderbolt Ross died in the Captain America book, so that will be playing a big part in the story coming up for the Hulk. But right now it's up to General 14. He's like, okay, so the Hulk got out, we got to get him back in. He hires a couple of people to track him down, and they're chasing him down, and one of these people is the Absorbing Man. How they got him on their side, the Absorbing Man was in jail. They said, hey, if you fight the Hulk one more time, we'll get you out of jail. In order to fight the Hulk, they gave him red gamma energy, just like Red Hulk. So for all intents and purposes, Absorbing Man is a Red Hulk right now that can absorb more energy, just like the Hulk can absorb energy. So the Hulk doesn't know that he's being pulled by that demon in him, and that the first blast site for the gamma, the first bomb for gamma, it's like in Death Valley or something like that, is where they first dropped the bomb. That's where the Hulk's being pulled to. That's where the most gamma energy is. That's where the passage to the green door kind of clues it all, fits it all together, and he's like, okay, so I'm here, what the hell? And that's when you get the Absorbing Man, who comes out of nowhere, starts smacking up the Hulk, absorbing the Hulk's energy to a point where we've seen the Hulk in a state that we ain't this dude before. He's got skinny arms, and he's got like the skin like hanging down off his arms, all depraved, like he's got gaunt cheekbones, but he's still like the Hulk, and he's still super strong. So all kinds of hell's breaking loose up there. Nobody knows what's going on. Alpha Flight shows up. You got the agents from the Black Site that show up. You got Absorbing Man. You got the Hulk. You got Jackie McGee, and they all get transported by this green door to hell. So while they're in hell, Jackie's like, what the hell are we doing here? She looks to the left. She sees her dad, who died in a Hulk attack, and he said, don't look the Hulk in his eyes. He ain't got no eyes anymore. They just melt right out of his head. The Hulk sees General Thunderbolt Ross, and he's like, why are you in hell? Shouldn't you? You're not dead. What the hell? And General Thunderbolt Ross is in his Red Hulk form. So this makes Hulk lose it. He just straight up loses it, starts like fighting the Red Hulk until it's like no more, until he like pretty much disintegrates. And he turns around and he's just bawling. He's like crying. And this is like the Hulk that we see like in the movies and stuff, like the just like straight Hulk, the dumb Hulk, the kiddish Hulk. And he's like, why do people always try to hurt me? Jackie, she's like, look, I can't deal with this shit. Can you please bring like fucking Devil Hulk back out here? I need somebody I can talk to. Devil Hulk pops back out. He explains the situation that they're in right now, and they look up, and fucking Banner's dad is standing right next to like this volcano, spitting out a bunch of gamma energy, the green door, and you're like, whoa, what the hell? What the hell is going on, man? And Banner's dad basically says like, hey, ever since the beginning, it's been like this. I knew in the very beginning that there was something about gamma. It's not a wave, it's not a particle. There's a third thing that I just didn't know, and I got scared when I first saw it. Like, I didn't want to mess with it. I got scared, and that's when I found out you were being born. And so if you know anything about, Bruce and his dad, they don't get along. His dad beat him. His dad killed his mom. All kinds of shit. So Hulk killed his dad once, and that's what made him go to hell. His dad tried to get out of hell once, and Hulk went and killed him again, and that's what made him go into an even deeper hell, which was that green door. And that's where he let the green door possess him, and he's been trying to get the green door out. And so what is behind this green door is basically this giant gamma energy monster. Like, it hardly even has a form. The Hulk, as big as he is, could fit in the palm of its hand. It looks like a giant cloud of green energy with a mouth and a face. It's pretty fucking freaky. And the Hulk is still all gaunt and stuff like that. Like, so he still has the loose skin. He's still super weak.